Welcome back, everyone, to the Shananarambles podcast. It's the greatest podcast in the world. It's shit. Why are you here? Why are you wasting your time? You got better things to do.
It's fun.
So who?
Me.
What do we call this?
Shananarambles.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Did I say shenanigans or Shananarambles?
No, you said Shananarambles.
Welcome back to Shananarambles. We got everything going on. You're going to have so much fun listening to this one. We got a big show lined up for you today. No, it's just same old crap every time.
It's a ramble.
It's a ramble. We ramble.
I'm going to ramble about
ramble
what
on.
we want to ramble about.
Okay, go ahead. How you been?
Alright.
What's been happening?
PS5's out.
Do you have one?
No.
Oh.
No. No one's got one. I'm convinced they're actually a myth.
What do you mean they're a myth?
They're like a unicorn.
I got nothing for that.
They're a mythical creature.
Okay.
Only the crazy people have claimed to have seen them.
I've seen people on YouTube with it. Have you seen the guy that was reviewing it?
No.
Like the...
Hey, I saw the videos you sent me. He did not actually have one. He just put up a lot of pictures of one.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the one before release with the guy from Sony, and they actually did a breakdown of the console. Did you see how big that was compared to this guy? The console was like the size of his torso.
Yes, they have said this console's very big.
It is a big boy.
It's silly how big it is.
Why is it silly? Bigger is
Because
better.
it's...
If
No,
going
it-
out with women has taught me anything,
Oh,
it's always
God's
bigger is
sake.
better.
I do not agree with this argument.
You don't have to agree. It's fact.
It's not
Everywhere
fact,
I go, they're
it's
like,
an opinion.
"Ah, shenanigans! Put your pants on." It's true.
It's not true.
It's true. They're like, "Why? Where are your pants?" I have to tell them I've misplaced them.
You're in big trouble, young man.
I don't even know what we're doing here.
We're talking about things that have been happening.
All right, so PlayStation 5 came out. Yep.
PS5's come out.
You're not going to mention the Xbox at all?
That's come out too. Apparently.
That's your big change.
Apparently.
That also came out.
Apparently, there's also an Atari console that came out, a new one.
Yeah, like the...
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. With the funny little joystick console.
Correct. Yeah. It's meant to be cashing in on the whole PlayStation 1, Sega, Saturn, Nintendo, Super Nintendo remaster.
Yeah, but
package thing.
unfortunately, it's almost the same cost as the PS5, and everyone's just going, nope, too much.
Yeah, that one's a bit nuts. I don't... Yeah. Someone's got money and they can do it. Not me, though. If I had money, I wouldn't be here. Would you be here?
I have money. I'm still here.
No. How the hell do you have money and I don't have money? What are your secrets?
Hey, I tried sharing them with you. You wouldn't pay ball.
Wow.
Games have come out. Games we're looking forward to. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Sackboy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the next adventure or a big adventure?
I don't know. Sackboy's Adventure.
Oh, it's not.
The Adventure of Sackboy.
Adventure. No.
Sacky Ventures.
Sackboy, a big adventure.
A big adventure.
And this is not one that's for the PS5, but it's one that Shenanigans is looking forward to. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And something that has not come out yet is this Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk?
Stupid Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2020?
No, 2077.
I was testing you. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Yeah.
It has been delayed again till next month.
That's great. Why is it next month?
I don't know. It's just been delayed again.
You didn't look that far up?
No, it was supposed to come out in April. They delayed it till September.
Yep.
Then they delayed it till
Wait,
November.
April
now
and
they've-
then September?
Yeah.
I swear there was another delay.
Originally it was April. Well,
Yeah.
This is my memory I'm going off of.
Okay.
Originally it was April,
Mhm.
then it was pushed back till September,
Mhm.
then till November, now till December.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that sucks. That's a really big game.
And apparently the developers of said game have been receiving death threats.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, that's not
That's
cool. It's
never cool.
Stupid.
That's never cool, guys. There's better things to do with your time than
I don't know
sending
how
death
one
threats to people.
person who has the power to release a game that so many people are working on and it's not ready yet. It's a bit silly.
Say that sentence again. You don't know how the person has the power. What?
So why are they demanding one single person to release this game early when, if it's not ready, well, this person's not going to have the power to release it? You'd have to threaten every single person on the production line to work quicker.
That goes back to the Shigeru Miyamoto quote Shigeru. How about saying that properly?
Who with the what?
The creator of Nintendo and Mario and all that stuff. He there's a famous quote, and I wish I could remember it word for word now, but it's basically like, a bad game is rushed, a good game
is delayed.
Something like that, yeah.
It takes its time.
Yeah, like you're better to have a game. You're better to wait for a game that comes out and is good, than rush a game out, put it out, and have it bad. I can't remember what the quote was. I really wish I could. I'm gonna look that up. Talk to the people.
Well, because the other option then is that it comes out and it's bad, and you have to constantly wait for the updates, or pay for the updates, which is even worse.
Keep talking.
I'm talking. I'm looking at my notes. There's been a funny development for anyone out there who is a Monster Hunter World fan.
That's me.
You guys are getting a movie.
Hooray!
Apparently, it's a game.
Sorry, go on.
It's a game that doesn't have any sort of set storyline, and yet they've turned it into a movie somehow.
Yes. So Monster Hunter doesn't really have a story, like an overall narrative. It's more like, there's monsters out there. Quick, go beat them. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna swing my axe or shoot my sword or laser fist them or something.
This is like someone turning my Animal Crossing into a movie, isn't it?
No, that'd be terrible. Monster Hunter would at least be awesome.
It's the same idea.
Isn't that Monster Hunter movie? Mila Djokovic.
She stars in it, and
and her husband, the director, the one who did Resident Evil.
Oh, I didn't realize they were husband and wife.
Yeah.
I just knew they were both part of Resident Evil. All right, say your quote.
A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. Shigeru Miyamoto.
That's funny.
Shigeru. I think I'm saying that wrong. Whatever. You know what I mean. I don't know you people anything.
Oh, well. On the subject
How dare you?
On the subject of monsters, Jurassic Park Dominion is back in production.
Hooray!
And so is the Batman.
Yeah. I should be excited for the Batman.
So is Avatar 2 for all of those people who've been waiting for it.
What the hell's an Avatar? That's what's going to happen. The film is going to come out, and you're going to have all these people go, "Oh God, I don't even remember the first one." The first one wasn't that good.
I'm going to be one of those people where if this film doesn't follow what I'd imagined was going to happen immediately following the last film, I'm very disappointed.
I'm already disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I loved the last film.
But there was no depth to it. It was just cowboys versus Indians with pretty paint.
I liked it.
Yeah, but...
We've already established I'm one of those people who is not a critic. I like things that no one else likes.
You like bad films.
Yes. I will
Films that are bad you like, and good films you go, I couldn't watch it.
No, it was boring. It was too convoluted. There was too much going on. It wasn't just good.
Tell me one film that falls under that category.
I don't know. I was being blasé.
You don't know shit.
I'm being blasé. You should be excited for the Batman, but you're not because you don't like the vampire.
Battison. I don't know
That's
how.
what you're calling.
Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson, Batman. Battison.
No.
I don't know how I feel about that. I saw the costume. I'm like, okay, this is the trailer. And I saw the costume. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he took off his cowl, and he had that weird part down the middle. I'm like, why? Why? You're Bruce Wayne. You're a millionaire playboy. Why do you look like your mascara's running, guy?
He's not allowed to have a bad hat day? Bad hair day?
Like, yeah, I get... Like, if that was the purpose, if they showed me a photo of him being Bruce Wayne and having good hair, and then he takes off the cowl in another shot, and it's messed up hair or parted or whatever, I'd accept that, because you'd be like, okay, yep, helmet hair.
That's what you just said.
No, it showed it several times.
Oh. The way you phrased it was that he took off the cowl and he had bad hair, and you were annoyed at that.
Yeah.
You didn't phrase it as the whole way through the trailer, he always has bad hair.
He does. It's
Okay.
bad. Otherwise, it looks interesting. It looks cool. I'll give it a shot. That's as bad as much as I can say. I don't know what's going on with the DCEU. They seem really hung up on making this. I've read. I haven't heard. No one talks to me. I've heard I've read little bits and pieces on the internet that DC are going for this omniverse type thing, whereas Marvel have really narrowed in on one mainstream continuity and trying to line their comics up with that continuity, that universe the films have created as best they can. DC seem to be going the opposite route, where they're going, no, it's everywhere, it's everything. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just go enjoy it. That's what I've heard. They're going for some sort of omniverse, multiverse type thing, because they've got comic book continuity. You've got Black Label continuity, where it's more adult themed comics, and if they're good, then they make it into mainstream continuity. If it's not, then it doesn't. You've got the death metal epic thing going on at the moment. That's all over the wall, which really doesn't feel like it's lining up at the moment, but I know it will. I believe it will, because I mean, metal was awesome. Death metal looks awesome.
There's one thing you can ramble about. It's comics.
All right, fine. I'll stop. Done.
No, I didn't.
No, I've made my point.
I didn't say stop. I was admiring it.
I've made my point.
I was admiring the ramble.
Should we start talking about bad fanfic? Will that...
No.
No?
Why would we talk about that?
Should we talk about bad shows?
No, because I'm sure our bad shows won't line up.
You're terrible. You're a horrible person. You liked Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie. You're a bad person.
Before I saw the TV show.
Okay.
You've shown me the TV show.
I have shown you the
I
light.
admit, the TV show's better.
About time. We got that on recording now.
I'm annoyed that there's no season 4.
It could be.
I know,
That's
and I'm
another
crossing
thing.
my fingers about that.
That's another thing about that.
You're like, oh, you can read the manga.
It's not a manga, it's a comic.
Fine, I can read season 4. I don't want to
Do you
read
even
season
listen to
4.
stuff I tell you
want
anymore?
to see it on the screen. Yes, I do. I just rephrase it how I want it.
I don't think you know what I'm talking about anymore.
We're talking about 2020 and how most of us have spent the time inside, and gaming consoles have become a necessity for a lot of people who never had them, because you gotta have something to do when you're stuck inside and you're bored.
I just realised what you're trying to do. You're trying to segue.
That leads us into the topic of co-op games.
Yeah. I'm just catching up. I just realised you were segueing.
Rather than being by yourself, sitting there all alone, you can find someone else in your house and play co-op.
Doesn't have to be in your house, but
no, it doesn't have to be in your house.
No,
but
there's this thing called the internet now.
There is.
Like, you've heard of World of Warcraft, yeah, and massive online multiplayer games.
People were poor this year.
People managed.
They were still poor.
Have you? Oh, okay. Anyway, yes, this is true. To coincide with the fact that we are actually doing a couch co-op game, Unravel 2. If you haven't seen it, you should go have a look at that. It's on the YouTube channel Shananigans. I should really learn our link so I can link that properly. But yeah, because we're doing that, we figured, all right, well, 2020 has sucked. What did we do this year? We sat around and played a lot of video games. Would have been better if we had more people. Hey, what about that thing we were doing? Let's discuss that. So here we are. I have found online from digitaltrends.com by Gabe Gerwin of earlier this month, just the other day, the best co-op games for 2020.
Are we going to know any of these?
Yeah, number 1. Going backwards, it doesn't actually have a number for this.
I don't agree on this being a good co-op game.
Animal Crossing New Horizons. I don't agree either. If you're reading this guide, you've undoubtedly already heard of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and you know it's one of the best multiplayer Switch games. Although the game is wonderful for relaxing alone after a long day, it's with friends that New Horizons comes into its own. The sense of satisfaction that comes from showing off your island to your friends, and on the other side, visiting theirs, is unmatched in the video games. Even the animation for going to another island is so adorable that you'll want to vomit rainbows. Doesn't say that last bit.
Doesn't say rainbows.
No, but I added it.
I agree that because I obviously play Animal Crossing New Horizons and I've done the whole co-op thing. It was nice to visit other people's islands, but I'd go to someone else's island and immediately run around it, see how it was different, see if I could get different bugs, things like that. And I'd immediately get yelled at for immediately stealing things.
Yes. Because you didn't go and appreciate the other people's beauty. You just went, oh, what can I have? What can I have? What can I have?
I did. I just said I'd go in and check out the difference in the island, see what furniture they had I didn't, see how they'd arranged things. Like, first island I ever visited to, Shannon straight away said, see that? That's how your island should be. Your island should be one strip where everything's together. And I said, well,
called organization.
That's not how I wanted it.
Organization.
And then I went to another island, which was very, very well made up. I can't think of the word. Constructed?
Imaginative?
Constructed.
All right, constructed.
Oh, what's the thing?
I don't know. Constructed's a great word.
What's the thing in Animal Crossing you can do that I don't do?
I don't know. You don't do a lot of things in Animal Crossing.
No,
you just do what you want.
Change it. What's it called?
Landscaping?
Fine, if you want to call it that.
Terrain?
The whole point of Animal Crossing, once you get towards the end, is that you can change from just having grass. You can have paths.
Yes.
You can have steps. You can have
Yes.
buildings. You can
Yes.
industrialize it in a way. And I didn't want to do that. I was like, my island is supposed to look like a tropical island resort. It's not supposed to look like a piece of civilization. So I didn't really touch my island very much. But I've been to islands that are completely made up, look nothing natural. And I'm just like, there's a lot of effort that's gone in here, and it looks really cool, but I don't want that for my island.
Yes.
But I've had people come to my island, and it's very nice. They come, they hang out, they talk to me, and then they run off, and I'm like, where are you? What are you doing? And then I just find them randomly sitting somewhere going, look, here I am. Nah, it is useful to have people visit. It's useful, especially when they can come over and you need, like, multiple people to do something, like when you're getting star pieces. That's always useful, but it's not really a game you play together. It's a game you more sort of socialize on a little bit.
Among Us. I'm just skipping ahead. I've got nothing. I don't play Animal Crossing. I'm not interested. Among Us, released almost 2 years ago, and for the majority of its life, it drew around 500 to 1,000 players a day. Now, in 2020, it's one of the most popular games on Steam, peaking at almost 500,000 concurrent players. I'd be amazed if you haven't heard this, guys. Among Us is pretty big. It took off this year. So yeah, that's Among Us. You don't know what it is? Look it up.
I know what it is. I am.
There's more about it.
I am interested to kind of play it, but you've got to be able to lie and direct attention away from yourself to play this game, and I don't think I would do very well.
I got no idea. I haven't played it.
Well, we haven't played it. We've seen it played, and yes, it is really cool, and it's fun to watch people play, but I don't think it's something that, if I played, I wouldn't want to be what's it called? The saboteur?
The imposter.
The imposter. I wouldn't want to be the imposter. I'd be like, oh, they're going to know it's me.
Phasmophobia.
Say what now?
Phasmophobia. It's rare to find a game on Steam with an overwhelmingly positive review score, much less a game that's already been reviewed by nearly 10,000 people. Phasmophobia is an early access game that came out of nowhere. The first release for Kinetic Games, Phasmophobia puts you in the shoes of a ghost hunter.
Ooh.
Each investigation you and up to 3 friends will use cameras, UVs, flashlights, thermometers, and more to find and track a ghost. Your job isn't to get rid of the ghost, though. Rather, you're tasked with gathering evidence to pin down what type of ghost is responsible for the haunt. Looks cool.
So this is exactly like those TV shows that we always poke fun at.
Oh my god, it says it right there. Where's the last sentence? I'll pick it up from there. There are scares, but they're few and far between, and Phasmophobia earns every frightening moment. It's like playing an episode of Ghost Adventures, just without Zach Baggins to keep you safe.
Is that what we
That's
watch?
the dude,
Ghost Adventures? Oh my god.
Nuts. Alright, this next one, I don't know.
That would be fun to play, admittedly.
Alright.
I mean, we don't believe in that stuff, like we're watching it on TV like, oh my god, this is all set up. But if you're playing it as a video game, and there's a purpose to it, I think that would actually be really cool.
Marvel's Avengers. Marvel's Avengers may not be the world's greatest video game, and that is an understatement. But it's an enjoyable romp with friends. Beating up baddies with one of Marvel's finest as a fun enough time on its own, but teaming up with your friends to assemble your version of the Avengers is where the game shines. This clearly wasn't looking at the news at the time this was written. This guy, Gabe, clearly was not looking at the news at this time, because there's it's proven there is at least a 96% drop in player attendance on that game online across all the systems.
He's not discussing whether people play it. He's discussing whether it's a good co-op game.
Yeah, but if you go online and try and play with people, there's no one there. So how do you play it? Anyway.
Blackmail your friends into doing it.
Rude. Gears 5, third-person shooter, practically cover-based ones. What?
Aren't always the most accessible games.
Particularly. I can't read. Aren't always the most accessible games for newcomers. Microsoft and Coalition.
And the Coalition seem to have recognised this with
one.
Gears 5, which gives less experienced players the chance to help out their veteran Gears of War friends. The robotic character Jack can be used in both Horde mode and the campaign, providing support and damaging enemies while the other players fire away with their lancers. I've never heard of this game.
I've heard of Gears 5.
Okay.
I've heard of Gears. What number are we up to? Next one. Next. Wolfenstein Young Blood.
This looks... Have I seen the trailer for this?
Possibly. This is all about Nazis.
Okay.
Thus far, Machine Games' Wolfenstein titles have been strictly first-person affairs, with protagonist JB... Damn it, I nearly had it.
B.J. Blazkowicz.
What the hell did I say? JB. There we go. Free advertising. Hashtag not an ad. B.J. Blazkowicz shooting through waves of Nazi scum with a smile on his face. That changed with the spin-off sequel, Wolfenstein Young Blood, which put players into the boots of the daughters Jessie, who doesn't have a capital J, and Sophie, who has a capital S. With support for two-player action across their entire campaign, Wolfenstein Young Blood lets you bring a friend along as you show just how much the girls learned from their famous daddy.
So if you play this as a one-player, does the other sister just follow you around?
I assume that'd be AI, yeah. Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Again, no idea what this one is.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
So how do you... But the real way to play is to invite 3 of your closest friends. Oh, so your friends just are like your team.
Yep.
Because this is looking very military.
Yeah, it's basically like SWAT.
Okay.
But over the top. Ah, yeah, back up to my star. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Jinx. You can talk now. The Mario series has always been appropriate for all age groups, but the 2D game's difficulty could sometimes throw a wrench in kids' enjoyment. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for Nintendo Switch manages to avoid this by including 2 additional characters, Toadette and Nabbit, who have enhanced abilities that will keep them alive as older players brave levels obstacles as Mario. Up to 4 players can enjoy the game simultaneously, and the Switch version even comes with an extra challenge in the new Super Luigi U expansion. I played this one. I don't think it was that hard. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little romp. It didn't take me very long if I actually timed it all together. I played as all the characters. I thought it was cool. Oh, I know you're here. I know you're there. I can see you. Oh, that's right. I got to say your name. So what I was saying was, it's available on the Switch. Borderlands 3. Alexis, would you like to take this one?
I have a comment on the last game.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have said something. When it comes to cooperative open world games, Borderlands 3 stands among the very best. Gearbox has created its biggest game to date, packed full of goofy characters to meet, objectives to complete, and weapons to discover, and multiple planets to explore. It can be played as a solo experience, but longtime Borderlands fans know that things get much more interesting when you bring a friend into the mix. Using your Vault Hunter's abilities, you can deliver combinations of attack to deal massive damage to enemies. What did you want to say about Mario? Hey, look, it's that game you don't play. What did you want to say about Mario? Sorry, guys, we saw an ad.
The new characters. Isn't the whole point of them is that they're a little bit easier to get through levels, where they don't die as easily? Correct.
You play as Nabbit. You're like this little rabbit thief
Isn't that the Nabbit can't die?
I don't think he can take damage. I didn't play as Nabbit. I said I played as all the characters. I didn't play as Nabbit.
Toadette flutters, doesn't she?
Toadette has a free fall. When I say a free fall, I mean if you run off the ledge of something, she will instantly spring herself back up, provided she is Peachette or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And she can also sort of glide with her larger gown thing.
Okay. Because Because I remember looking at this and not thinking co-op, thinking that if you're someone like me who wants to play Mario and can't because you don't have the skills, just having the access to those extra characters would make it easier to get through.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I could help you.
No.
Even with my small little skills.
No. I played this one.
He'd go mad.
I played this one co-op. It's very deceptive in that if you are a skilled platformer or familiar with Mario games, and then you pair up with someone who isn't,
they drag you down.
Yeah, it's either they're dragging you down or you are making it harder for them because you are finding everything so easy. They get frustrated. They can't keep up. They can't see the things that you're looking at. So it does. It can cause some heartache. So personal opinion.
If you're of different levels, don't do co-op. Just play as whichever character suits your skills.
Go with that.
Oh dear.
Diablo 3, which was after Borderlands 3. Diablo 3, I have this and I still haven't played it. I've got to play it one day. The game began with a bit of a rough launch, but Blizzard's Diablo 3 has grown into a phenomenal action role-playing game from the king of the genre. Its campaign is short but sweet, packing in a ton of action and several boss battles where you and some friends can tear through mountains of enemies in search of better gear.
Okay. Well, maybe I will play that with you.
No, you won't.
Ha! This is true. I didn't even think about it, but it's true.
Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I'm replaying at the moment. It's alright.
You're not replaying it. You're playing it to start.
Look, I have played Blue, Red.
Yeah.
Fire Red and Leaf Green. I had to think what they were called.
I played Let's Go Eevee, and you co-opted with me sometimes. You were doing your first playthrough of this
game.
Pokemon imitation game.
Wow. You offended so many people with that one.
Why?
I don't know. I just like...
Any hardcore Pokemon player knows that the battles are where it's at.
Yeah, it is very Pokemon.
And when every single wild Pokemon you encounter, you just have to throw Pokeballs at it. I found that I'd get to the gyms and I didn't know my team and their moves well enough.
That's right. I remember this.
To battle it because you barely get to use them out in the wild. It was very annoying.
I remember that. That was a really good point you made. I do agree with that. I
did love the game. I loved my Pokemon. I loved the look of the game. I loved having the Eevee companion that you could talk to, and she had all its special moves that she did, but I did not like the fact that I felt disconnected from my team because I so rarely got to actually use them in battle.
Which is interesting because the aim of this game was to make you feel more connected to your Pokemon because you run around with them or ride on them or whatever.
You can do that in the earlier games.
What?
You can do that in the earlier games. They can follow you. Your Pokemon.
Oh, you're talking Heart Gold Soul Silver. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, alright, fair enough. But that was the design of Pokemon Let's Go. It was to let you interact with the Pokemon, taking elements of Pokemonomy from Gen 6 and 7, and implementing the mechanics of Pokemon Go from the mobile devices.
Yeah, and I love all that stuff, but I didn't agree with having an actual Pokemon game where you are on a story and you've got gyms and things to do, where you didn't get to use them in battle very much.
As I said,
I understand in Pokemon Go, it's more about like acquiring them. It's not really about battling and strategic. It's more about having them and building up whatever. I think I'm getting that right.
I got no idea.
Okay. I don't know. I know that it was meant to be a fusion of the two, and I liked everything except the fact that everything I encountered in the wild, you're just sitting there going, oh, I missed. Oh, I didn't get in there. Oh, I'll just throw another ball at it.
Fair enough. It's Pokemon Light. It is Pokemon without the more advanced mechanics.
Yeah, no.
It's alright. It's an enjoyable enough game. I'm going through it at the moment just because... I don't know.
It's the only Pokemon game you haven't played?
I guess, yeah. I really don't know why I started playing it. I'm just like, I'll do it. It'll be cool. And
now
it's
now he just wants to get through it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, earlier today, I finally caught my last Pokemon for the team, and I'm like, all right, now I just want to hurry up and finish it.
But we have done. Why did we do co-op with this? There was a reason I had you coming in as co-op. Was it because if we were both throwing balls, we had a better chance of catching the rare ones? Yeah.
Yeah. You increased your odds. You increased the XP. Everything.
Because when I played it, I was trying to do Pokédex and stuff. Mm-hmm. So the few that were harder to catch, I said, "Oi, you come help me."
Correct. Next one, Call of Duty Warzone.
Not COD.
Yes, COD, as the cool kids call it.
No, see, because you say COD and I think fish, and I go, yummy.
Something wrong with you. Read.
Oh, I see how it is. Call of Duty Warzone is Activision's latest take on the Battle Royale genre, and it's a good one. One of the biggest titles in gaming right now, even rivaling the likes of Fortnite. Ew. Warzone is a massive Battle Royale game, with 150 players on the standard game mode and up to 200 on certain limited game modes. It's simply bigger than the competition, which is a testament to the talent at Infinity Ward. Despite photorealistic visuals and a huge map, Warzone maintains a solid 60 frames per second across PC and consoles.
I have a question. I have two.
Okay.
What was with the ew to Activision?
Isn't Activision what does Crash?
Yeah. Activision's owned by Blizzard.
Okay, everyone, we've spent most of today battling our way through Crash, trying to finish it because we don't like it. So I'm very happy to see it go back on the shelf. So I read Activision and I went, oh, great, this guy again.
Wow. Goodbye, Activision sponsorship. Jeez, I actually enjoy a lot of their games.
Okay, well,
but
the only other game I know from Activision that popped into my head was Crash, because we've played it all day. It was frustrating. I don't want to see it again for a long time.
All right, fine.
And that was my reaction to Activision.
Fortnite. Why ew to Fortnite?
Because all I hear... I've never played Fortnite, but all I hear about Fortnite is that it's causing problems.
With?
People playing it and getting all angry and being all psycho.
Please.
And being all competition-y and I can do better than you and I'm this number on the list and whatever.
So, you have something against it, one, because it's competition, and two, because it incites violence.
The second one more than the first one, yeah.
You're right. There was never a world war or anything before video games. Great point.
Hey, I did not just say that video games cause violence.
You implied.
I implied that, yes, in some individuals it is a trigger for them.
How dare you? How dare you? You're like some sort of thief on the sea. Speaking of, go.
Are you telling me that you don't have a problem with Fortnite?
I don't like Fortnite, no, because I'm not a big fan of shoot-'em-up games. Although Fortnite is a shooter-looter.
What's that mean?
Shooter-looter is run around, gun down something, loot it, move on, rinse, repeat.
Why do people aspire to play these things?
Because the challenge of Fortnite is to be the last one standing, or get as far as you can.
Okay. Sounds like Gungeon.
Certain other looter shooters, like Destiny, is just, advance, progression, get better gear, get better items, etc.
Okay.
Some people dig it. It's just not my thing.
Shenanigans and I are never going to understand these games. I don't see the point in playing a game that's not just fun. But then, of course, I suppose that's the disconnect. I don't see that as fun. That to me sounds like a bad job.
Each their own. Each their own. It doesn't appeal to me, but each their own. Simple as that.
Sea of Thieves. Although the game was light on content at launch, Rare has continued to build Sea of Thieves over the past few years. Even with a now endless list of things to do, our initial take on the game remains the same. Sea of Thieves isn't about what you're doing, it's about the people you're playing with. Come be a pirate with me, Shananigans! Come be a pirate with me!
There is only one group, franchise, whatever, of pirates that I like.
Is that quite literally what it is, going around being a pirate?
I don't know. Keep reading. Its loose framework of going out on voyages to dig up treasure, fight skeletons, or transport cargo is just meant to create opportunities for fun and interesting player interactions, both on your own crew and other pirates you meet up on the world. In the world. There you go. Xbox exclusive, I'm sorry.
That's alright. But see,
you don't like Xbox, remember?
We don't have one, alright? We're PlayStation people.
What?
But anyway, we are PlayStation people. But anyway, I agree. That game to me sounds fun, but I agree that it would be better as doing it co-op. They're like, come on, let's do this, and come on, and come help me fight this skeleton.
It's almost like WoW or something.
I've seen that movie.
Terrible movie. Again with the terrible movies. Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2 is easy to learn but tough to master. Don't let its cutesy visuals fool you. Overcooked 2 presents more of a challenge than most co-op games. In increasingly complex stages and with increasingly complex orders, your job is to help run a kitchen and get orders out on time. Each round starts simply with a coordinated team organising themselves into stations to create an effective cooking machine. As the orders and problems start to pile up, though, the kitchen quickly devolves into madness, where every correct order feels like a victory.
You know what this reminds me of?
Ratatouille?
No. This reminds me of a certain Mario Party minigame.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's pretty much what it's based on.
I remember Shananigans pitching this to me as something I could play when I was sort of fairly new to video games, and I watched it and I was like, nah, too confusing, too much going on, too much responsibility.
How's your video game skills coming?
Madness ensuing. I like the simple ones.
Minecraft!
I've got my eye on this.
You've got your eye on Minecraft, really?
You keep telling me I do well with world-building games.
Yeah, but I don't see you doing well with this one.
Why? You don't think I could make a pretty lake like that?
I don't know. Admittedly, I don't know much about Minecraft.
So, if Minecraft is a game where you go in and you sort of, build up your world, why is it good as a co-play?
Oh, because it's massive online multiplayer. Look, it's available. We've got the list right here, so I'm not just reciting this off the top of my head. iOS, Android, Windows Phone, Fire TV, Oculus Rift, Gear VR, Windows Mixed Reality, PC, Switch, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X. And as far as I know, I could be wrong, but they all share the one platform. They all share the one server.
Okay.
So you interact with countless number of people playing this game on countless number of different devices.
But are you supposed to build up whatever you want, or are you given, missions you have to do?
That I got no idea. Let's read. Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time, ignoring the multiple iterations of Tetris that have released over the years. So it needs little introduction.
Minecraft's massive reach shouldn't undermine just how good of a game it is. It's Lego for the 21st century, offering hundreds of hours of fun on basically any device with a screen and an internet connection. Even better, Minecraft supports cross-platform play. You can team up and build with your friends no matter if they're on all of the options.
iOS, Android, Windows Mobile, Fire TV, Oculus Rift, Gear VR, Windows Mixed Reality, PC, Switch, Xbox, or PS4. They also missed Xbox Series X.
Did they now? Okay.
Cuphead.
I was about to say it does sound cool being an online Lego game.
Oh, okay.
Come with me and build a spaceship.
You know what you should do? You should make a YouTube channel just dedicated to Minecraft before anyone else does it. I'm just saying, it could be a thing. Alright, I want to get ahead of the curve. You should have a look into that.
Cuphead. Cuphead's 1930s cartoon aesthetic is enough to get anyone interested in the game. Lovingly hand-drawn, the characters, enemies, and environments explode off the screen in a mess of film grain and colour. Cuphead is a beautiful-looking game, but more importantly, it's a fun game. Knuckle-busting platforming levels give you the skills and resources to face the game's many boss encounters, each of which offers a unique character design and a unique challenge. Cuphead is a great time with just Cuphead, but it's even better with Mugman.
Yep. As soon as I hear Cuphead, I think of the music straight away. The music is very catchy.
I do like the look of this. How come you've never shown me this one?
Oh my god, no.
Why?
No.
Too hard?
Rage-inducing.
Oh.
Rage-inducing, this game.
Rude.
Yep. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Oh my god!
We've
seen this.
Yes, and I've put this forward a couple of times here at Shenanigans to maybe we should play this. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but do you have to have 4 people? Or you can have up to 4?
I think you can have up to 4. I think it'd be more fun with more people.
Well, because it wouldn't... we've seen this played. You're all in a little spaceship. Each one of you's at your own station, and each one of you's in charge of a different thing. Be it a weapon, or a force field, or the thrusters, or whatever. and you have to maneuver around. I think it'd be a little bit weird if you were playing with two
AI.
non-player characters,
NPC.
because you wouldn't have the confidence you would have if you were telling a person, all right, do this now. You're relying on the computer to do what you want to do. It'd be much better if you were all there and you could all coordinate.
I get what you're saying.
More fun.
You don't trust the robots.
Yes.
Wow. Skynet.
You'd be like, why did the robot do that? I wanted to go that way. Why are we going this way?
I don't know. As a modern...
But I suppose you could jump off where you were and go and replace the non-player character and then just quickly go back to where you were if you wanted.
Got no idea. As modern video games, a lot of the entries on this list are gritty and realistic in style. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is the opposite. Bright, colourful, and cartoony, it's a Lisa Frank-style explosion of pink and cute animals flying through space.
It is very cute, ladies
Up
and
to
gentlemen.
4 players work together, or one with an artificial intelligence-controlled dog friend pilot a small round spaceship through levels to
Rescue cute animals from captivity.
Like in FTL, I don't know what FTL is, the ship is divided into several sections that control movement, weapons, shields, etc. There are always more stations than there are players, forcing you to run around and get things done. It's charming, colourful, and fun.
Okay, so you can't just knuckle in and sit down where you are. You've got to move around anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Divinity Original Sin 2. While many of these co-op games are focused on fun, fast, lightweight experiences, they are relatively easy to drop into with new players. Divinity Original Sin 2 is the opposite end of the spectrum. It's an epic fantasy PC-style RPG with all the bells and whistles, but one that's built from the ground up to be played cooperatively.
Ah, so you have to play the whole game through co-op.
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting. That's cool. Good thing. Good game
2.
for siblings to have.
No. Portal 2, go!
The original Portal is a perfect, focused, and hugely influential curio of game design, combining razor-sharp physics platforming puzzles that explore its core portal gun mechanic with hilarious writing in your taunting robot overlord, GLaDOS. The sequel is bigger and better in every way, with a highly produced campaign, an expanded cast, and new mechanics to explore. I've seen this game played. I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy watching it, or you wouldn't enjoy playing it? I think it's a fun game to play.
Yeah, but you're good with puzzles. I was watching this game being played, and admittedly, when I was watching it, the person was struggling. And I remember just sitting there going, if I was this person, I would never have figured that out. So I just thought, nah, too hard for me. Not even going to try.
Did they figure it out?
They did figure it out. They did. It took time, but they figured it out.
Did they call a friend?
I think they worked it out on their own.
Good for them.
Yeah. But, as I said, I looked at it and I was like, you're not doing that.
Overwatch.
Not Overwatch.
Overwatch. First-person shooter always often...
First-person shooters almost always offer team-based modes these days, with games like Call of Duty, Halo, and Counter-Strike becoming some of the foundational esports. Those games
Esports, not esports.
Esports.
Yep.
There should be a dash there.
No,
Those games are built on their
capital.
symmetry, however, starting players off on equal footing in order to provide a test of raw skill. Blizzard took cooperative FPS play to a whole new level with Overwatch's a team-based hero shooter where every player controls a different character with unique skills.
I've played a bit. Not my thing. Again, I
haven't played this. I've done a playthrough of
Halo.
One of the Halo games. I'm not sure which one, with a friend. And admittedly, that was the first game I ever played, so they carried me most of the way. But I did enjoy it, actually. It was fun.
First-person shooters just aren't my thing.
This wasn't just shooting. It had missions. It had some puzzles. It had, do things within certain times. And most of the things I was shooting were aliens anyway, so I felt a bit better at it.
Yep. Just remember, with podcasting, keep talking and nobody explodes.
Why the hell did you keep me jinxed for so damn long, damn it?
Because you would have exploded.
It's a classic Hollywood scenario. A field operative is locked in a battle with
hang on.
time.
Hold up. The next on the list is keep talking and no one explodes. That was the joke. This isn't a visual media. We need to explain that.
We'll just flash it on the screen.
I'm not flashing nothing on the screen. Guys, no. No flashing.
It's a classic Hollywood scenario. A
Put it
field
down.
operative is locked in a battle with time as they try to defuse an elaborate bomb. Meanwhile, a support team frantically digs through manuals remotely to help their colleagues get out alive. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is one of the first visual reality games that really plays with the medium.
Did you mean virtual?
What did I say?
Visual.
Oh, yeah, virtual.
Thank
You can play it without, but the experience lacks a certain tactile suspense. One player, wearing a VR headset, oh hell no, must defuse a procedurally generated bomb, but has no idea how to do so. Everyone else in the game has to solve each of the bomb's many puzzles, digging through physical manuals to help the diffuser.
Cool.
This sounds like a game that would just give you anxiety.
That sounds good.
It does sound kind of good. Depends on how realistically freaky it is.
Looked rather
It's gonna
cartoony
explode!
to me. Destiny 2.
Didn't we just do a Destiny?
No. We're
I
talking.
swear one of the games had the word Destiny in it.
I mentioned it before.
Oh.
We're talking about looter shooters.
Okay. Read. You can do it.
Bungie mastered the modern first-person shooter with its Halo series,
Woo!
but it took it to a whole new level with Destiny.
Boo.
Using the buttery...
Using that buttery smooth shooting.
Yeah, sorry, I looked at that because I'm like, buttery? But that's not how... For some reason, my brain just went... It's spelt Buttery. Alright, so I've just gone, buttery? Anyway. Using that buttery smooth shooting as the mechanical foundation of an infinite cooperative loot grind and... that draws... What?
For an infinite cooperative
What
loot
did I say?
grind that draws as much from MMORPG or
MMORPG.
Diablo 3 as it does Call of Duty. I think you said
I don't know. The sequel redefined and evolved... God damn it. I can't read.
The sequel refined and evolved.
What's wrong with me?
What so many people loved about the first game into one of the most polished online AAA experiences available. Destiny 2 is a little bit of everything. An epic space opera story, intense structural competition, an endless hunt for better or cooler loot, and also surprisingly chilled PvE missions when you just want to unwind and shoot aliens with your buds. And that's what I liked about Halo.
Cool, I'm just going to read the title now. I can't read.
Not
Grand Theft Auto Online.
Auto.
7 years up.
Why do I need a friend to steal a car?
Because, no, you don't steal a car. Well, you can steal a car. Several years after launch, and Rockstar is still supporting Grand Theft Auto Online. I said several, it's 7. With new content, enhanced versions are even coming to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5.
Indeed they are.
If you've played a GTA game before, you know what this is all about. It's Grand Theft Auto 5, just online. Grand Theft Auto Online takes the focus of a story, puts it in a sandbox, join up with a crew, and take on jobs with just a small group of friends. The choice is yours. Hey, it says Shananigans, but it's not spelt right.
Payday 2?
Payday 2, I've played
Why
this
does
one.
that guy look like Bane?
Because the whole game is your heist. You're doing a heist. You're working with your friends to take a bank.
How long does this game play for?
For as long as you want.
Oh dear.
Everybody loves a good heist movie, but there are shockingly few heist games. Grand Theft Auto 5 had a handful of co-op heist missions, but Payday 2 is one of the only games where this is the whole point. There is no linear campaign to speak of, just a rotating selection of heist missions for 1 to 4 players, like robbing stores or hijacking armored vehicles. God, we've got to be close. Monster Hunter World, that's right up my alley. Hey, funnily enough, we spoke of that earlier, didn't we? I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm tired and I need alcohol. In most role-playing games, battles play out fairly predictably. You approach a monster, you exchange blows, and it's over and done with. In Monster Hunter World, taking down monsters is an art that requires patience, skills, and a few hearty meals.
So can you co-op the whole game, or can you just co-op the battles?
No, you co-op the whole game. You zone in, you form your party, you zone into a field, for example. So you got your hub world, which is where you start. You then go, cool, we're going to go hunt this monster. Let's Tobirachi. Your party then goes, cool, I'm ready, let's go. You all zone into the location of that creature, that monster, and you can then either go together, or you can split up and explore this entire map. From there, it's just a matter of communication. I found it, it's here, I've got it, bang, 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 it's run off, it's gone wherever.
Ah, I see.
All right, and then the point is to team up and take it down.
This is similar to that game you used to co-op with your friends. What was that called?
I got no idea.
You used to jump on with the boys and play a game. It was an explorer game.
Got no idea.
You do, you just won't say it.
No, I got no idea.
Your computer didn't have the visuals for it.
Ark.
There you go.
Ark Survival Evolved.
That one gets it out.
Yeah, that one needed a... That one, yeah, I needed to upgrade. Also helped that I wasn't running it properly. Oh, dear. Anyway.
But that was a similar sort of situation, wasn't it? You were all running around in...
No, that was a survivalist game. Like, the point of that game was to survive.
Ah, okay.
Survive against the elements. This is go beat a boss. The whole game is boss mode. You take down a boss.
Okay.
You take down that boss. You get certain items from it that you then can use to craft into gear. That gear is reflected on you. It will take aesthetic features from that creature you just took down.
Coordinated hunting. I'm getting the impression.
It's great. It's a fun game. I love it. I love it. Iceborne, I haven't played it yet. And Monster Hunter Rise comes out next year for the Switch, which I'm definitely going to get.
Ooh, I want to play.
Then you better go get it yourself. Deep Rock Galactic.
Play it when you're not playing it.
No. Deep Rock Galactic is one of many Left 4 Dead clones. However, instead of sticking with the campaign-focused formula, developer Ghost Ship Games decided to take their release in a few different directions. In Deep Rock Galactic, you play as a space dwarf exploring a network of caves that has become overrun with aliens. The catch is the caves are procedurally generated and the environments are completely destructible. I do recall seeing this one. It looked interesting. Don't Starve Together.
What the hell?
Go.
Don't Starve might be the most charming survival game out there. In a genre where every developer is concerned with realism, Clay Entertainment went in a different direction with Don't Starve, honing in on the survival elements and ditching the realism for a gothic coat of paint. Don't Starve Together is the exact same game, just with online and local co-op. Plus it's a standalone expansion, so you don't need the original game to play. Ooh.
We should talk while we're reading. I can see we're both
As
reading
much
the
as
next
Don't
paragraph.
Starve is about survival, it's equally about discovery. Each time you boot up a new world, everything is random. Your first few worlds are about figuring out how the game works, not surviving. Don't Starve is tough and unforgiving, but if you allow it to teach you how to play over time, you're in for a treat. So it's like my Animal Crossing game, but with a survivalist edge to it. Find food. Find shelter.
So it's a survivalist game. Yeah. Okay. That's every survival game. A Way Out. This was originally going to be the co-op game we were going to play, but we couldn't get our hands on it.
A Way Out is a co-op game, not a single-player game with a co-op mode. Ooh, cool. The only way to play it is with a friend. It comes from developer Hazelight, who's known for Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Like that game, A Way Out is a story-driven adventure with plenty of twists and turns and a lot of depth. You play as one of two convicts, either Leo or Vincent. Leo acts first and asks questions later, whereas Vincent is much more methodical. I'll be Leo. Let's go! The pair, framed by a character named Harvey, vow to work together to escape prison and get their revenge. A Way Out is heavy on story and light on mechanics, and it's only around 5 hours long. Those 5 hours are so enjoyable, though, that it hardly matters. Plus, the light gameplay means anyone can play with you, even if they don't normally play video games, which is why it was going to be our co-op.
Yeah.
So we're very different levels of skill.
Yeah, it looked like a fun game. For those who aren't familiar with it, the screen is split down the middle, so it's split screen. And you have player 1,
Leo
player
and
2.
Vincent.
Yep, Leo and Vincent. And from bits and pieces I do remember, there was a bit where you're in jail. And one person is distracting the guard, while the second person is sneaking behind and doing something and getting ready for a jailbreak. Or, putting a spanner in the works for the machine, something like that. I don't know. And then there's another part where you were being chased by the police in a car. One person is driving, the other person has to keep getting out the window and shooting backwards. It looked like a really fun game. I just could not get my hands on it no matter where I looked. It was very hard to find.
It is very much, if you don't move, we're both dead.
Yeah, a lot of teamwork and communication, so I thought it would have been a great game for us. Didn't work out. So instead, we got Unravel 2, which didn't even make the list. However, it made every other list I found.
Aww.
So yeah, there you go, guys.
That's our list.
In case you're still locked indoors and 2020 sucks into 2021.
There are a lot of co-op games available from a lot of different genres.
That's true. Hopefully we found some for you.
Watch us play Unravel. It's fun.
Alternatively, watch us. We play Unravel too. Alexis here has played Unravel, so she's pretty familiar with it. And I follow. And
it's nice to see how it's adapted to where I need someone to help me. I'm enjoying it very much. And it's pretty. But no.
It is a very pretty game.
There are many different options available for co-op, both for the genre, but also for the way you play. If you just want to jump on and hang out with your friends one afternoon, there are games for that. If you live with someone and you want to play a whole game together, there are plenty of games you can do that too.
And I do love me a good co-op game because a lot of fun can be had, even if it's just mucking around.
You come over here. No, you come over here.
No, I'm not doing anything you say. I'm the leader. You're following my lead.
Yeah, sure.
I just do what I'm told.
I've seen our Unravel game. You can swing off me this time. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for letting me have the moment. Off you go. Your turn.
It's true. I got the spotlight once for guys. I actually got to do something.
Rather than just following me as I run up in front of you going, Geronimo!
That's true. And being the problem solver. Working out what's going on. Anyway, guys. This is a long episode. God. I didn't think this would go for that long because we didn't have that much to talk about this time.
No,
anyway, guys.
We didn't, because a lot of those games we didn't know, but we could still talk about the merits of them, how they're good for people, and what people would get out of them.
I just sit here, no pants on,
Oh.
bowl of scotch,
Oh.
nothing but regret and emptiness. But speaking of
Cut
emptiness...
that out and give me some of that scotch.
No, speaking of emptiness, if you're feeling like you've got nothing to do and your day's a little bit empty, you should follow us on Spotify. We're on Spotify now, guys. You can look for us. We are
Shananarambles.
We are Shananarambles. Much to my disgust, we have gone with Shananarambles as the show's name. So, hit up Spotify, type in the word Shananarambles. Shananarambles. I had to spell my own name and think of how to spell a rambles, and it was hard. But you can find us there. All the episodes are currently up. On top of that, you can also find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, except for Apple. For some reason, Apple's not liking us.
Oh well. And we're on YouTube. You can listen to us there as well, and then watch us play video games.
That's true. If you're here on YouTube, thank you very much. Enjoy. Have a look around for the rest of the stuff we do. And if you found us on Spotify, sweet. Thanks. You're welcome. We did it. If you find us on Spotify, make your way over to the channel. Everybody. Anything else? You want to say goodbye? You want to say anything? No?
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, that's it. Cut. We're done.